So you've always wanted to create a scavenger hunt, but you just don't know where to begin? Well, that's where I come in. Now, I've been professionally producing scavenger hunts for the past 24 years for one of the top ranked and reviewed scavenger hunt companies in the country. It is called Cashunt, and we have hosted games for Fortune 500 companies as well as social gatherings, and also in having them in major cities here in the United States. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to show you how it's done. It's rather simple. You can do it as a side gig or maybe a different type of party that you want to host for your friends and family that will indeed be very memorable. But I'm going to break it down into 5 different short episodes. Each episode is devoted to a challenge. So I want you to get your pen, I want you to get your notepad, because I want you to start taking notes. And once I give you each foundation, then I want you to take that information and then create your own game. Make it be unique, make it be exciting, and I'm also going to teach you how to scout, what kind of materials you're going to need, as well as introduce you to new technology. So this is the intro. Stay tuned. Part 1 will be coming very shortly. Scouting for your scavenger hunt. So this is part 1. So before you start even creating your game, you got to know where this is going to be played. So what I want you to do is I need you to grab your notepad, I need you to grab a pen, and I need you to go where this game is going to be held. Most cases, it's going to be held in your downtown area of your local city or town. So what I want you to find is a starting point. So that usually should be like in a kind of like a centralized location of that downtown area, and then I want you to work outward. And what I want you to start looking for is key things, right? So statues, public art, establishments, city oddities, contemporary locations. And I want you to start jotting that down. This is going to be the development of your photo scavenger hunt, which I'll get to in another episode. The other thing I want you to start looking for is where you could actually hide items for some certain bonus rounds, like for some point tokens or tickets or something like that. Again, what I want you to look for is very simple locations, like under a bench or behind a statue. There should be no crawling, there should be no climbing. You don't want any of your players to be doing that, just simple stuff. So the more the merrier. So in regards to like items, how many? 50 is about more than enough in regards to like for your photo scavenger hunt. As far as hiding things, no more than about 3 to 4 places. The next episode, we're going to be talking about creating your photo scavenger hunt. Part 2, in regards to what kind of scavenger hunt you want to do. Outdoors, indoors. Outdoors, got to be walkable, got to use a downtown area, and utilize about a mile radius. Refrain completely from vehicles or public transportation. You want everything to be walkable. And then when you start scouting, which will be in part 3, make sure that they are safe in locations in regards to your photo, video challenges, and eventually in the next couple of parts, where to hide things. Again, it should be about a mile radius, and it has to be walkable. If it is not walkable, then look at the nearby towns or cities and start scouting those locations, because that might actually work a little bit better. Now, as far as indoor scavenger hunts, I'm going to tell you pretty much do not do it. The reason why, you're not allowed to do such a thing. A lot of people they actually have done it in the past. I don't know if they do it anymore. As far as mall scavenger hunts, you're not allowed. You're on private property, and it is not allowed in regards to be performing any type of game or recreational activity. The other location that is private property, it is not indoors. A lot of people like to do it, is in theme parks. You got to get permission to do that. A lot of people try to sneak it in. As far as a private family thing, you could probably do it. If you try to think of doing this professionally, forget it. It's not going to work. It has to be. The beauty of an outdoor scavenger hunt is that you are utilizing the public area. You are not utilizing private establishments. So when you're scouting in your photo and video challenges, or you're hiding things, you cannot use indoor locations or establishments. Utilize the public area. Now, as far as one key thing on indoor locations, the one type of location that people have used, even professional companies, is a museum. Okay, so let me explain this for those that might be interested in a museum type of scavenger hunt. First of all, it is trivia based. Second of all, you cannot do photographs, you cannot do videos. It is specifically trivia based. And it is challenging of a game, I can tell you that, just for the pure factor that you're utilizing the artwork. It is a slow game. It is a timed game, right? So 90 minutes, maybe if you want to do it as short as an hour, but you're utilizing the artwork that is around the museum. But again, it's a trivia base. So when you scout it, again, you are just strictly dealing with trivia challenges. Now, okay, so you're now still thinking, what kind of scavenger hunt do I create? Well, utilize ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT and type in, 25 top scavenger hunt ideas. And it will list it out. It will tell you, do you want to be a city scavenger hunt? Do you want to be a trivia scavenger? Creating your photo scavenger hunt challenge. So this is part 3. Very simple, guys. Just go to that. Like I said, you're scouting the area. You're going to be looking for specific locations. I want you to look for public art. I want you to look at street art. I want you to look at historical locations. I want you to look at contemporary locations. I want you to look at oddities. I want you to look up, down, left, and right. And I want you to make a journal of it. I just need you to do 25 on each side. I want you to give me 25 action photographs, team pyramid, crying over spilt milk, cheerleading pose. Then I want you to put those locations, and there is your photo scavenger hunt. And the key thing is, all you need is, depending on how many teams you're creating, either you're going to distribute a digital camera, or you're going to let them use their phone, which obviously that is probably the best way of doing it, is the latter. And keep your scoring very simple, very clean cut. For your action photographs, put them at 50 points. Put your location photographs, as far as the stuff that you scouted, put it at 150 or 200 points. Just kind of make it a little bit more attractive. So when the conclusion of the game comes about, it's really easy to tabulate and then have a quick result for instant gratification. Go at it. Adding video challenges to your game. Now you've scouted the location, you've made your photo scavenger hunt. Now it's time for some really fun bonus rounds. And video challenges are always a popular challenge amongst players when it comes to scavenger hunts. So you're probably saying, well, where do I get these ideas? Guys, you can either kind of drum them up. I mean, what you're looking for is like 3 or 4 fun 10-second video challenges, like a 10-second public aerobics class demonstration with members of the public, a 10-second tango with a member of the public. Again, safe, nothing that you're climbing, crawling, running or anything like that. And outdoors, and of course, legal. Now, the key thing is, if you're kind of stumped on what kind of ideas, you can always go onto a platform like TikTok, and there's a lot of viral videos that you can get inspiration from. If you're stumped even more so, use the modernized approach, ChatGPT. Just type it in ChatGPT. You need 10-second, fun, safe video challenges and see what it spits out to you. You cherry pick what works and just include them in the game. Other than that, you should be good to go. So this is part 4. Stay tuned for part 5. Okay, planting points. Now you got your photo challenges, you got your video challenges. Now add something else more interesting, kind of a little bit of a classic type of scavenger hunt, and that is by planting points. Now I always plant points in my game. It adds another dimension to it, a little bit more of a classic type of scavenger hunt itself. You kind of label them. These coins are worth 1,000 points. Now I always look at places that are not dangerous, of course, and not climbing things or crawling under things. So you kind of put it like behind a bench, like something like right there, or in regards to under a payphone if they still exist. And then kind of do a variation of the points to make things a lot more interesting. And by doing that, it throws another element. They find as many as they can, return them back to you, and then you add them on. So start scouting around the location. Again, just low locations, pretty easy locations. And when you write the clue, be really vague. Don't be like it's underneath a bench or on the corner of such and such a street. Kind of throw a little bit of a riddle to it. Good luck, guys. Okay, trivia challenge is a really cool component to put into your game. And the key thing about that, guys, is this. The one common thing that we're talking about in these last 5 parts is scouting your downtown area, your city area, right? And a trivia hunt is a great component to your game. It actually throws a little bit more flavor into your game. It actually becomes a little bit more of a scavenger hunt in itself. But the key thing is you don't want to make it Google friendly. In other words, you don't want to come up with 10 trivia questions about your city that they simply can just, as in your players, go onto Google and get the answers. You want to make it into a hunt in itself where they have to find this trivia or this riddle that they have to approach. So for example, if you have a mural in your city area, now a lot of major cities happen to have that. Well, in that case, you would, indicate that in that particular mural, let's say there's a bunch of flowers there, ask the players how many red flowers are in that mural. So again, it makes them go to that particular location to write in the answer. So a little bit more of effort. Or if there's a statue of, whatever, what is that particular statue holding in his hands? If it's an athlete, maybe it's a hockey stick. If it's a historical figure, maybe it's a spear. You get my drift. The key thing is make it interesting, make it into a point that you want them to go to that location. And again, kind of make it spread out, right? You don't want to make it too tight. You want them to venture off. Now, of course, you can go on to ChatGPT or AI, for those of you that don't know what ChatGPT is, and simply ask the AI to come up with 10 detailed trivia questions about your given city. The only thing about that, guys, is this. It's going to come up with 10 questions, but they are going to be Google friendly. So it defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do, okay? So again, the best thing to do is just grab that notepad, right? Just like you did in the last 4 parts, and get that pencil and then look around, up, down, left, and right. I guarantee you, especially if you're in a major city like Philadelphia, Boston, New York City, things of that area, there's so much stuff that you never probably noticed that you're noticing now, and it's going to make your players appreciate it when they play. So this is part 6. Part 7 is going to be talking about your materials, and then part 8 is going to be talking about monetizing your game. So stay tuned. Give us a follow. If you have any comments, leave them below. Okay, so how to monetize your game. You are at the end. Hopefully you took all those little small episodes we did, you created all your challenges, and then you just put it into something. Now for me, it's been this game booklet. Keep in mind now, I've been doing this for 24 years. It started with a sheet of paper, and then it just kind of evolved into a game booklet. And if you're really good with graphic arts or Photoshop, you can make a really standout type of presentation and packaging. But it doesn't have to be like that at the beginning. If you want to just create those challenges, kind of print them out on a few sheets of paper, that's great. Have your test game with your friends and family. See what works out. See what kinks have to be smoothed out. And then if you want to make it into a side gig, you're actually at a much better advantage than I was when I first started this many, many years ago. You have platforms like Eventbrite. You can charge a very low ticket price. You can control how many players that you want to attend. So don't indulge in regard to that, so it doesn't become overwhelming. The key thing is that you can also have social media to promote your stuff. I didn't have social media. I had to use the newspaper and sometimes magazines, which cost a lot of money. So it's really easy. It's a lot of fun. If you want to make it into a side hustle, I highly recommend it. And there's nothing better than the power of play and people competing against each other. So get to work, guys, and good luck.